And a moment ago, I did a recording and forgot to turn it off. So this time I'm hoping I can find the right button, but I thought I would do it again. I am doing the homeschool advantages to help you with the homeschooling that you're having to do through the coronavirus. And I have several apps that I want to send you to and websites that I want to tell you about that can help you with your homeschooling. And I know it's been quite a battle. And I just wanted to say that I have written one book already. It's called My Precious Shepherd. It is on sale at Amazon. And it's short stories of our life, and it talks about our blessings and our advantages of adversity, and it gives us some ideas about how we can make it through with the help of the Lord. And so I wanted to share my story and give you the reasons why I feel like I can speak to you about homeschooling. In 1979, when we had 3 children at that point, and we were the original vision for the Christian school that we had in our town. And then in 1982, I started the preschool for that school. I have a BS in education with a major in speech pathology. And then in 1984, I was working in that preschool still, being head of it. And our second daughter and our first child, they both were in the 7th and 8th grades and in that Christian school. And we had some issues that we had to talk about. So we went to the authorities and talked about it. And there just was not a good way to redeem all that. So I was thrown into homeschooling without even expecting it. But in 1984, homeschooling was not in existence. There was no homeschool curriculum whatsoever. You could not find anywhere. You could not find anybody that was even homeschooling. It just had not come up yet. And so I had to take a graded curriculum and make it into what I could use for my homeschool student. Plus, I was teaching a half a day in the morning, and I was having issues with a fire inspector trying to shut down my school also. So there was lots of turmoil at that point. And then in 1987 to 93, then I took homeschooling back up again because I only homeschooled that daughter 1 year. But while I homeschooled her, though, let me mention this. She was almost 12 years old. She was going from childhood into a teenage. And she was having inner struggles, and we could tell. She would look sullen, and she would not talk, or she wasn't really communicating the way that we needed to communicate. So that year that we did a homeschool, one of the real advantages we had was time to spend with her to find out what was really in her heart and what she really needed from us. So we found out what she needed, and we took her to a modeling school where her youngest sister and her and myself were all models. And we would go to various stores and do mannequin modeling. And it was quite fun. And so she learned how to do her hair, she learned how to do the makeup, and she learned how to handle herself. And she began to get feeling really, really good about herself. That changed that child's life. And so then in 1987, I was again thrown into it when I had no idea that I would. The Christian school that we were in at that time closed. And so we had to make a decision, and we jumped into it. At that time, I homeschool 4 of our 5 children. And in 94 to 96, we went to Russia, where I also homeschooled some of those Russians. They went to school, but then we taught them our values when they came home from school. So we did a lot of spiritual teaching to them at that time. In 95 and 96, then I taught one Russian girl lived with us on our farm here for a whole year. And then the next year, another one came to live with us. So I homeschooled those also. Then from 2004 to 2013, then I homeschooled my grandchildren and children from the community. So I've had lots of experience with homeschooling. We have 2 of our children who still do homeschooling for our grandchildren, and I'm in touch with them a lot too. And also now with our other 2 children that have grandchildren, then they were forced to do it through the coronavirus. And so I wanted to share some sites with you. One is the Homeschool Legal Defense Association. They have a quick start guide to homeschooling. The first 3 weeks is what they're talking about in that one. The second one, they have Homeschooling Quick Start Guide, 7 Simple Steps online. And then they have a third one, Homeschooling Interest Climbs as Schools Close. So those are articles that you could read, and you can become a member if you choose. And then their site is hslda.org/quickstart. And they have a lot of free things on there right now. And you also can go to the Institute for Excellence in Writing, and they have several things. One is a homeschool help Facebook group that you could join, and you could get encouragement and resources from veteran homeschoolers. And the site there is info at IEW.com. And then another one is this one. Our younger daughter, you said this one just transformed her schooling this year greatly. It's an app that will help your child get organized, and so that you can and help you stay focused so that you can provide quality education. You put in their subjects and their duties that they have around the house, and it tells you exactly how long it should take them. And she said this has helped the children to stay on target and stay focused with all the things they need to do, because at the end of the day, if they stay focused and do it within that time period, then they get a reward. And so they look forward to that every day. And that one is called flexiblehomeschool.com. And then one time she wrote it with aflexiblehomeschool.com. So try one or the other. And then the fourth one is that Answers in Genesis are putting a lot of free virtual classrooms online during the corona time. And it's up to 30 free Sunday school lessons also that you can access. And then it has free access to ABC Digital Beta. And it has been extended through June the 30th, 2020. They also have scripture memory songs for children with hand motions. And so I wanted to share those today. And I have written a second book that is not quite out yet. It's called Mount Up on Wings as Eagles, 6 lessons that transformed our lives. And the first chapter in that is called Redeeming Through Adversity. And it has 9 advantages of adversity. So I'm going to begin to start to share some of those with you in the next few days. And I have many, many more stories that I can share with you. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And I hope I can get this thing turned off today. Okay, goodbye.